Just another controversial topic about the Obamas. This one is titled, "The Obamas Panic as Melissa Rivers' Confession Might Destroy Their Reputation." In case you don't know who Melissa Rivers is, she is the daughter of the popular Joan Rivers. I'm curious to see this one. Let's hear it.
During the procedure, he reportedly found something.
It has been 8 months now since Joan Rivers died, and her daughter Melissa is speaking about the circumstances surrounding her mother's death.
People you would never expect to have humor.
Right.
I received a letter from the White House, from President Obama.
Wow.
People were getting a similar sense of what is...
Wait. Received a letter from the White House?
Her mother's death.
People you would never expect to have humor.
Right.
I received a letter from the White House, from President Obama.
Wow.
People were getting a similar sense of what is true and what isn't, what was real and what was not.
I try and be gracious, and I'm always so touched that people still remember. I received a handwritten note saying not only did she make us laugh, she made us think. My opinion, it was 100% preventable.
Do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman president?
We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a trans.
Very
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender.
In the world of famous people and the mysteries that can surround them,
repeated herself and confirmed it.
Few stories have captured as much attention as the recent events involving the beloved comedian Joan Rivers and former President Obama's chef.
When it's error after error after error after error after behaviors that you cannot even begin to get your head around, you get mad.
Joan Rivers, known for her sharp wit and fearless humor, left a void when she passed away, leaving many of her fans in sorrow. As the spotlight shines on these puzzling events, a web of secrets and uncertainties begins to unravel, casting shadows over the lives of those involved and leaving the public hungry for answers. Recent incidents have put the Obamas in the spotlight, sparking speculation about potential connections to Joan Rivers' passing in 2014. This speculation gained momentum after the tragic drowning of Obama's chef on the Obama property. These events have made people wonder if there's more to the Obamas than what meets the eye. Things got even more complex when the former personal chef of Obama met an untimely end shortly after news broke about the chef writing a revealing book about Obama. With Joan Rivers and the chef revealing aspects of the Obamas before their deaths, suspicions have grown, leading some to cast doubts on them. This begs the question, could Joan Rivers be more than just an accident, as some initially believed? The story raises curiosity about the unexpected connection between Barack Obama and Joan Rivers. Many people's curiosity comes from the surprising connection between Barack Obama and Joan Rivers. This unusual link comes from the fact that Joan, just before she passed away, made some bold and out-of-the-ordinary statements about him. Now, let me tell you, Joan Rivers was famous for being incredibly daring, especially with her comments about celebrities. She never held back her honest thoughts and feelings. One time, she was at a New York City bookstore showing her support for a same wedding. During this event, a reporter asked her what she thought about having a gay president in the United States. Joan didn't hold back and said, "We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down," she said. "You know Michelle Obama is a trans." When she was asked for clarification, she further said, "A transgender, we all know it." Back then, when Joan Rivers commented about Barack and Michelle, most people didn't take them too seriously. They thought she was just doing her usual thing of causing a stir. Joan was famous for being provocative.
But the question would be, how did she know though? How did she find out? Because if she was transgender, a lot of other people would have known. So if nobody knows, then how did Joan Rivers find out?
And folks tended to shrug off what she said about Obama's personal life. Even when she tragically passed away a few weeks after making those remarks, the connection between her comments and her death remained a mystery. Here's what happened. Joan went to a Manhattan hospital for a routine throat procedure. It was supposed to be very safe with minimal risks involved. However, things turned terribly during the surgery and she stopped breathing. The doctors were able to bring her back, but they had to transfer her to Mount Sinai Hospital. There, they put her on life support and into a medically induced coma. Sadly, Joan never woke up from that coma and passed away a week later. The circumstances surrounding her death were truly puzzling. Not only did she die during a procedure that was supposed to be low risk, risk, but official reports about her death also revealed a series of medical mistakes leading up to this tragic event. However, the daughter of Joan Rivers, Melissa Rivers, came out to investigate the reason for Joan's death from a routine procedure. According to Melissa, these mistakes shouldn't happen in a big hospital like that.
There was a story circulating that during the procedure, the doctors were taking selfies of themselves with my mother while they were working on my mom.
She shared her thoughts about her mom's tragic death.
Were they fired?
And said that it could have been prevented if they hadn't made these errors, and if the doctors had focused more on caring for Joan Rivers instead of taking selfies.
In my opinion,
Right.
it was 100%
Preventable.
preventable.
She said, in my opinion, it was 100% preventable. How about paying attention to the vital signs? How about having a properly equipped crash cart? She was really upset with the hospital doctors and decided to take legal action by filing a lawsuit against them. In a message to ABC News, Ben Runbinowitz, a lawyer from the law firm Gare, Conason, Steegman, McCoff, Bloom, and Rubinowitz, said, to fully determine all of the facts and circumstances surrounding of Joan Rivers, we confirm that our firm has been engaged by Melissa Rivers and her family. Upon investigation, reports pointed out cases where doctors made mistakes, adding to the mystery. The investigators discovered some really troubling stuff. They found that the medical facility didn't react quickly enough to Joan Rivers' health getting worse. They also didn't record how long she waited before they put her to sleep. Even more shockingly, they did procedures on her without her saying it was okay, and one of their staff members took pictures of her while she was under anesthesia. The clinic didn't check who was in the room when Joan Rivers was getting treatment. The report also said they didn't have a good way to ensure only qualified doctors were doing the procedures. But here's something interesting. Melissa, Joan's only child, got a letter from former President Obama during all of this. It was a special letter, and Melissa was really surprised and touched by it.
I received a letter from the White House, from President Obama.
Wow.
Someone who was often a target of her jokes.
When Melissa appeared on the TV show,
Oh, so Obama knew that Joan Rivers was always a target, or he was always a target of Joan Rivers' joke.
Fashion
So it means he
Police
heard it.
celebrating Joan, she had some news to share about the letter, which left many people shocked. She revealed, I received a letter from the White House from President Obama. Someone who was often a target of her jokes, as well as Mrs. Obama. I received a handwritten note that said, not only did she make us laugh, she made us think. That's one of those things that people now are realizing. But not long after getting the letter from Barack Obama, Melissa Rivers had some big news. She revealed that she had settled her lawsuit against the New York clinic where her mom, Joan Rivers, tragically passed away in 2014 during a routine procedure. Melissa tweeted, which wrote, "The lawsuit concerning my mother's has been settled. In accepting this settlement, I can put the legal aspects of my mother's behind me and ensure that those culpable for her have accepted responsibility for their actions quickly and without equivocation." Nobody really knows the exact amount of money that was part of the deal between Melissa Rivers, her legal team, and Yorkville Endoscopy. But to a lot of people, it seemed fishy. The investigation that was happening suddenly came to an end right after Melissa got that letter from Obama. Many fans wondered if this was a way to hush Melissa up. Some even thought that maybe her mother's death wasn't an accident, but something done on purpose, especially considering what she had revealed about Obama. Many folks think that Melissa was hushed up so she wouldn't keep talking or digging into her mom's
Hushed.
death, which could have caused her some serious problems. Instead,
Could
the
have
whole
been a lot
thing
of
seemed
money
swept under the rug and
to
never
keep it
brought up
quiet
again. It looks like Melissa speaking out against the Obamas could damage their reputation and create problems for Melissa herself. This makes some people wonder if what Joan Rivers said about Obama's might actually be true. People are still scratching their heads over this. Melissa believed her mom's death could have been completely avoided. So why did she suddenly stop the investigation when she got that letter from Obama? Something here definitely doesn't seem right. The recent passing of another important person linked to Obama, Tafari Campbell, is even more fascinating in this tale. A scoop on recent news is that Tafari Campbell, who used to be Obama's personal chef, tragically lost his life in a paddleboarding accident on July 23rd in Martha's Vineyard. What's interesting here is that Tafari was a really good swimmer, and he even showed off his swimming skills on Instagram. He fell off his board and had trouble returning to the surface. Now, it's worth mentioning that this accident happened in a pond near where the Obamas live, but they weren't there when it happened, as the police have confirmed. This incident got much attention on social media, with people wondering why folks related to Obama seem to be passing away. However, Obama expressed his
Folks related?
condolences. Although
How many other people related to Obama have passed away? It's all gossip.
Some think it's just a way to get out of trouble. Now, the twist is that there have been hints that Tafari might have been working on a potentially eye-opening expose before his tragic accident near the Obama family's Martha's Vineyard home. Even though the official word from the authorities is that Tafari's death was an accidental drowning, the online community has been buzzing with speculation that his death might involve more than it seems. A user said, "We all know what really happened. You speak out against certain people or want to write a book about it and you're suddenly gone from this world." Another user remarked, "What's interesting..."
Yeah, we can't even see the comments because YouTube covered it. But yeah, we get the point. At this point, I don't think the correlation correlates, so we'll still consider everything to be gossip. Yeah. Joan Rivers, Obama. I mean, people make jokes about the Obamas all the time. How about Bill Burr? Bill Burr does it even more than Joan Rivers, but he's still alive. Or would it be because he's not made a statement about Michelle being transgender? Could it be that? Did Joan Rivers have any information that nobody else had? Or did Tafari Campbell have any information that nobody else had? A lot of questions in that one, but until we can find the facts, I still don't believe it. Let me know what you think. A lot of you believe it. If you think it's valid points they've made in the video and you believe it, feel free to talk to us in the comment section. That being said, is the end of this one. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
I made this bet on my own,